everyone, I'm Meredith and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm so excited that you've found me, and if you're returning, I'm so grateful you've decided to come back and watch more. I love all things luxury. I love luxury shoes, I love luxury handbags, luxury lifestyle and vlogging, and if they're things that appeal to you, I hope you'll hit that subscribe button down below and join me here. I'm getting so close to my goal of 5,000 subscribers, which was my Christmas wish for 2022. So if you're not yet subscribed, if you could hit that subscribe button and help me reach that goal, I would be so incredibly grateful, guys. I am so excited that so many of you have helped me with this goal that I had for 2022 Christmas. And yeah, so nice to see so many new subscribers here. Today we are continuing on with Collectionmas. We're going to do my Louis Vuitton Neverfull collection. Hang about, it's going to be a long one. So this is one of my bigger collections. It is not my biggest collection. My Fendi first collection is already up online now, and that was 26 bags. Haven't done my Speedy collection yet, and I think that's going to be up there as well. I think my Baguette collection is going to be up there. My Murakami collection is going to be up there. So there are still some big collections to come in Collectionmas. So make sure you're subscribed and you've hit that notification bell. There's lots to come. So my Neverfull collection. I love the Neverfull. I think it's a fantastic bag. It's brilliant to travel with. It has so many different uses, and it's just a brilliant bag. I love it. So I have a lot of them. Not all of them are very interesting, but I have collection tendencies around this bag. So if it's there, I need to own it. I need to add it. And that extends to all the standard canvases within Louis Vuitton. And then I will add in some of the pieces that come from the limited edition ranges that Louis Vuitton have. Those ones have to speak to me. I won't just add them because they're there. They have to still speak to me on a level of, yes, I really love that. I'm drawn to it. I like the pattern. So I don't own them all. No one could own all, well, I'll never say no one, but most people would never own all the Neverfulls because there are so many of them. It's just crazy. So they're forever releasing Neverfulls. So I won't ever just collect them for the sake of collecting them. I have to still be drawn to them. So let's look at the ones that I do have. So the first one is the only PM size I own at this point. I will buy the Damier Ebene and I will buy the monogram version of this at some point, but for now I only have the Damier Azur. I have strong concerns that the Damier Azur in the PM size is going to be discontinued. The Australian website doesn't always have everything on it, but it's usually a good indication if something is on the way out. Because we don't get as much stock as other countries, we tend to lose pieces faster than other countries, which means that the website, when it starts to get a little bit different looking to the other pieces, can generally be an indication that we might be about to lose it. So I just have a feeling about this one that it's not hanging around. So I bought it before they discontinued it because I have been hung out with that a few times where they've discontinued things and I didn't buy it, and then I kicked myself. So I grabbed this. I do have the PM in the Damier Azur. It has the plain interior that you see in the Damier Azurs, and the PM is my least favorite size. It's not useful for me. I'm not particularly petite, so it doesn't have a great strap drop for me, but collector tendencies, I have to have it. So I do. So this at the moment is my only PM. I will get the other two to complete the set. And they won't ever get a lot of wear. I'm hoping one day my daughter might be super interested in the Neverfull and she can start with the PM size. But for now, this is the only one I have in that size. So let's talk about the Neverfulls and the fun facts that I have for you guys. So fun fact, these are built to withstand, I think the GM size, are built to withstand 90 kilos of weight. 90 kilos is a lot of weight. If you're putting 90 kilos of weight in a bag, wow, is your shoulder going to be sore. Also, they are made to be reversible. You can actually turn a Neverfull inside out and wear it in the opposite way. Fun facts with Meredith. So we also know, this one is stuffed, that the current Neverfulls come with the little pouches, which is great because these aren't cheap, though for a Louis Vuitton bag they aren't expensive either. but you get a pouch that goes with that is always fantastic. So they do come with that. The older styles did not. I have one that we will get to, that was my very first one, that did not come with a pouch. I have since bought one on the resale market because it bothered me that it was the only one that didn't have a pouch. Collector tendencies and OCD. So they do come with the pouches. So this is a standard monogram, and this one's had a fair bit of wear. You can see the vachetta is a little bit darker than some of my other ones, and this has the bright pink interior. You can see I stuffed mine just to give them some stability. I am still working my way through getting organizers for all my Neverfulls. It's an expensive process. Organizers can be really expensive, even if you get them with discount codes and stuff. So when you've got as many as I do, buying a whole heap of organizers all at once can be really expensive. So I'm slowly working my way through my Neverfulls and getting them all organizers. So standard monogram in an MM size with a pink interior. And as I shove them onto shelves, you guys are all going, no! Sorry guys, I'm not particularly gentle with them. This is my original. This was my very first one. My partner bought it for me. It is the Demier Azure, and it did not come with the pouch inside. I think I got this about 2014 from memory, and it is very well loved. So you can see the vachetta on this has watermarks all over it. It is well loved. This has a terrible interior. It's got makeup all through it. Get yourself a makeup bag. And then I got the pouch on the pre-love market. So this is not the pouch it came with, and you can see that the vachetta in the strap is much lighter than my actual bag. So I did manage to get one just because it annoyed me that I didn't have one. And this has the standard cream interior. So this was my very first one. It's the one that made me fall in love with the Neverfull. It got a huge workout, and I've used it a lot. I could get the vachetta replaced on it, but these are my marks. I'm all right with that. I'll get vachetta replaced on pre-loved pieces that I buy that have belonged to someone else, because those marks tell that person's story. I want my bags to tell my story. So these ones I'm okay with. They're mine. I own them. If it all cracked and started to die, then I would probably look at getting it switched out. So that's that one. And then we have Demier Ebene, and this one has the rose ballerine interior, which I love. I love the juxtaposition of this dark canvas with this beautiful light pink lining. Just love it. I think it's stunningly beautiful. So the Demier Ebene has the dark leather handles, so no vachetta, so that's a great option for you if the vachetta really gives you anxiety and it getting dirty. Go with the Demier Ebene. Some people will say it's more of a winter bag. I don't think it matters. Knock yourself out. You wear what you want when you want. So I do really love the Demier Ebene, and I just love it with this beautiful pink interior in it. Collector tendencies. Demier Ebene. Red interior. So this one has got a organizer in it, so I have started. So this one's not stuffed because I have the organizer in it. So yes, collector tendencies. Exact same bag, different lining. Why do you need them both, Meredith? I don't. But the voice in my head, which is unreasonable and crazy, says that there's two different versions, you need them both. So, of course I do. So I have them both. I have the one with the pink interior, I have the one with the red interior. Exactly the same bag on the outside. Nobody knows the difference except me. Yeah. Insane woman. So, yes, I have them both. I do love the red interior as well. I love Demier Ebene for the different interiors that they do. It's really beautiful. And the next one is the monogram, which, yes, was over here as well with the pink interior. And now we have a red interior. Same story, people. Same bag, different lining. Why do I need them both? I don't. I really don't. I want them both. I want them all. That's how collector tendencies work. Got to get them all. So this one hasn't been outside. You can see the vachetta is still super light. But yes, collector in me, I have to have them all. So therefore I do. And because we are still going, oh, let's just put that down there for a minute. of course we have the beige interior. All three. I have three exactly the same outside. MM in the monogram, just different linings. Are you starting to see how crazy it is in my head, people? Are we there yet? So yes, this is the original interior. Well, it's not the original interior. So the original interiors were different on the inside. And having said that, let me have a quick look over here. Oh. Yes. So let me just do that. So this is an original lining. It's an original bag. So you can see the big Louis Vuitton there. And yeah, that lining is gross. So you can see it's got the fleur-de-lises through it. And then we move to the standard just lines. So that's the difference. This was the original interiors, way before they had the pouches that came with them. I'm just going to shove that down there on the floor. And then we moved to the ones that are just lined. And there's no Louis Vuitton in there. So, oh, sorry, I tell a lie. There is a Louis Vuitton, but it's very different. So, can you see that? It's just square. So, different writing on the inside. So, that gives you an idea of the age of the bag. How old is it? You can measure by, does it come with the pouch, and what's the interior look like? Moving on to some of my limited MMs. Oh, we have the Teddy one. So if you are a regular watcher of my channel, you know I have all the pieces from this collection. I think there were 5 bags that came out with it, and this was one of them. So of course I had to have it. And it was a Neverfull. It was in a collection I was collecting anyway. Of course, it was always going to be on my radar. I love this one because of the lining on the inside, which if you can see it, is like a super, super bright pink. Love it. Mine's stuffed with a pillow at the moment. This one gets super floppy because it's all material on the inside. And then it has the monogram straps on it. And it's also monogram on the side pulls. So the other great thing about the Neverfulls are if you pull in the sides completely, you can change the complete look of the bag. So I won't do it with this one because it's stuffed. But let's just pick this one back up. The original. So if you pull these in, like so, and now we have a completely different looking bag, completely different shape. So that is the other great thing about the Neverfull. You don't have to have the wings all the way out. You can pull them in and completely change the look and shape of your bag and essentially create 2 different bags. So that's that one. And then we have this one. So this was part of the, do you think, Game On? I'll get there. Mental blank. This was part of the Game On collection. They did a white as well. I wanted the black because I like the pouch better in this one. So it has a pocket on the front. You can get your hand, you can get your phone in there with this spades and hearts pattern. And I really loved this. And I did consider buying the white one as well. But the pouch on that was mainly orange. So this is the pouch for that. And I love this. I think it's a brilliant pouch, and you can just, it's a grab and go if you want something that's a little bit out there. This is a fantastic second piece. And this has a black suede interior. So yeah, I really loved this collection. I thought it was great, and it's a fantastic Neverfull. So that's that one. And, oh, hang on. So I do have the Demier Azure also in a pink interior. So the beige interior, which is on the floor at the moment, which is my original one, that's the very first one I got. And then this is in the pink ballerine, the rose ballerine interior, which I also have. So yes, I have them both. I have them all. I have, in the MM size, I have 3 original monograms, pink, red, beige interior. I have 2 Demier beans, pink and red interior, and I have 2 Demier Azures, pink and beige interior. I'm an insane person. I am putting my insanity out on the internet. It's fantastic. I also have in the MM size the By the Pool collection. So this was part of that collection. And I loved the pink and yellow ombre on this. I have the same finish in the On The Go, and it was just a stunningly beautiful collection. And it came with the bag tag. So this has got the leaf and the frangipani there, and they just stay on it. But such a pretty ombre this was. I also have in the size the Spring in the City, which is this one, and I have an On The Go in this also. And this is this purple, pink, green combination, and it's so beautiful. This was just a beautiful collection. I loved it so much. And I love the interior on this. So I don't have an organizer in this, but for some reason the structure in this is fantastic. I have this feeling that when I got it, it hadn't been folded down. So the Neverfulls are often stored flat in store, and because of that, they can be really floppy, which is fantastic because it makes them pliable. This one has never ever been flattened, and I think some of the leather ones just don't. They don't flatten them, but the canvas they definitely do. So this seems to have a lot more structure than some of my other ones, and it can stand up on its own without being stuffed, which is handy. And the pouch for this is also just gorgeous. So this is just a beautiful piece. And then my last that I've had for a long time. I think it's 7 or 8 years old now. It's definitely before I had my son, so it's got to be at least 7 or 8 years. Yeah. This came out and I saw it come up online and I jumped on it. I love to collect pieces that are specific to my country or my state or my city, and I live in Sydney, so this says Sydney in pink. And I'm really glad I got it. So it was limited, very limited. Does it have the pouch? Yes, it does. So it does have a pouch, which is there. And the interior on this is like a lilac, almost a pinky lilac color. And it's just beautiful. But I have had this for a really long time. From memory, I don't think I've ever used it. I bought it as a collector's piece. So you might be able to see the color a bit better there. I bought it as a collector's piece. I wanted it because it said Sydney on it, and yeah, it's always just stayed stuff. It stayed in the box for a really long time. The original box it came in, which was brown, I had it in its box for a really long time, but when I moved into this house I finally took it out and have stuffed it, and I put it out on display. But it's one of my more prized Neverfulls, because you just don't see this version very often. So they're all my MMs, and then we move on to my GMs, which are not very exciting. They don't do limited Neverfulls in PM or GM very often. The limited Neverfulls are always in the MM size. It's the least offensive size. It's the size that most people can use. So you'll generally see Neverfulls only in the MM size. I wish they do more GM size. I love the GM size. I have to admit, the GM size is my favorite Neverfull size. So it disappoints me that they don't do limited in the GM size. If you see any in the resale market and I've missed a collection along the way that had a limited edition Neverfull GM, please let me know in the comments down below, or let me know over on Instagram, because I will definitely look to collect them, because I love the GM size. It's a fantastic size. It is the best travel bag. So in the GM size, I have the Demier Ebene with the red interior. I have, I think that's my only Demier Ebene. Yes, I've just got the one Demier Ebene in the GM size. I have the original monogram in the pink interior in the GM size, and I will often travel with that one. I have the Demier Azia in the cream, and this still has, I feel like I took this to Brisbane last, or am I taking the city when I went to the city last? It's still got an ebony board in it. So there you go. I used it and I didn't empty it properly. So I have the Demier Azia in the cream. I have, this one was a hard to get one. So in Australia, this has been discontinued, and it was one of the ones that when I talk about, I have missed the boat several times. They discontinued it without warning and I missed it. This was one of them. And then randomly it came into store in Sydney, and my sales associates literally threw themselves on it like a grenade because they knew I was missing this from my collection and it bothered me. There is a Speedy that is still missing from my collection, which bothers me no end. But that I don't know if I'll ever see it again, and I might just have to suck it up and buy it on the resale market and have it refurbed. But they managed to get this when it came in. So sometimes things come back around. So we don't ever give up hope. But this is the Demier Azure in the pink interior. So yes, it's been discontinued in Australia. It's not on the website anymore, I don't think. And if it is, it's never there. So this is one that I'm fairly certain that they are discontinuing. And then this one is special to me. This is my GM in the monogram with the beige interior. I bought this as a baby bag when I got pregnant. I did not have an easy time getting pregnant. I lost several pregnancies, and one of them I found out I was pregnant just before we went to New Zealand. My partner and I went to New Zealand, to Queenstown, to snowboard, and we had just found out that we were pregnant. And while we were there, they have a tiny little Louis Vuitton store in Queenstown in New Zealand, and I love that store. It's just tiny and quirky, and it's not got a lot of stock. But I said to my partner while there, I'm going to buy my baby bag. I want a GM Neverfull for the baby when we have it. And so I bought this duty-free there in New Zealand. I subsequently lost that pregnancy, but when I finally got pregnant with my son and I carried him to term, this was my baby bag for my son. It was not terribly practical. I loved it. I have learnt through having children that there's a reason that you should just buy the cheap baby bag from Baby Bunting or whatever baby store you shop in, because they are made to do certain things, and that can be really handy. But I was determined I was going to carry this, and I did. If I were to have more children, I love my two, I'm not having any more. If I were to have more children, I would probably get an Hermes one now, which is very, their baby bag is basically the, what do they call it? It's not a helmet bag. Oh, I talked about it in my Hermes video. I keep forgetting what it's called. Anyway, they do a bag which is for all your equestrian stuff, and they now do a baby version of that, and they're a really handy bag, I've got to say. So if you're desperate to have a really upmarket baby bag, go look at the Hermes one. This is a good option. I found the straps really annoying more than anything. They didn't fit over the pram. And I think there's something to be said for buying the $50 one from the baby store that is lined in a like a non-fabric lining that you can wipe down and has many compartments. There's something to be said for that. But nonetheless, I digress. This has a special place in my heart because I bought it in Queenstown in New Zealand, because I bought it as a baby bag and I carried it for my son, and it does have special memories for me. This is important to me. This one's never going anywhere. This one I love. Anyway, so they're all my Louis Vuitton Neverfulls. Some of you have been waiting for this video, and it was a deep breath moment. The Speedy video is coming, and that's going to be even bigger, and that's another, oh my goodness, I've got to pull everything off the shelves and get it behind me. So in terms of how many I have all up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I have 18 Louis Vuitton Neverfulls. 18. I know that I need at least 2 more because I need to get the PM sizes in the Demier Ebene and the monogram, so they're still to come, so that will get me to 20. And then yeah, we see what collections are coming and what I will add. Will I add more Neverfulls? Yeah, absolutely. That is a non-negotiable. There will be more Neverfulls in my life, I guarantee it. But for now, the 18 I have are certainly doing their job. So yeah, they're all my Neverfulls from Louis Vuitton. If you have liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below. Also, make sure you hit the notification bell. There is lots going up at the moment and you don't want to miss it. So yeah, if you can remember to hit the notification bell, YouTube will give you a heads up when I post things. I also invite you to come follow me over on Instagram. I'll throw my handle up for you. I post lots in real time over there, lots around my collection and what sales associates send me. So please make sure you are following me over on Instagram. I hope wherever you are in the world today, you are having a fabulous day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.